One of the immediate changes I noticed was my storytelling. My storytelling with my son is phenomenal now. The characters come to life, the role play, the voices, the impressions, the sounds, all of that stuff. He cannot wait for story time, and that has just created such a beautiful relationship with me and my son, and a beautiful moment. And even my wife just smiles and grins every time we get into storytelling, because she knows I'm gonna be telling these incredible stories. So that's been an immediate benefit for me. So my name's Christoffer Lincoln. I am a professional coach in public speaking, and I also work as a key account manager for charities providing business intelligence. So I got into teaching people how to speak through trying to improve my own communications. I've been coaching for like 15 years. And I really was fascinated by professional growth and personal growth. And I started just teaching that in coaching and organically talking about how to speak more confidently, how to believe in yourself, and that communication was key to everyone's success. And I found myself in my one-to-one coaching, my workshops, telling people how to do more powerful gestures, how to slow down, how to pause. And I thought to myself, this is something I find really fascinating. I should explore this field a bit more. I saw a workshop webinar pop up for one of David's webinars on public speaking. It must have been because I was searching around that particular topic and trying to understand it better so that I could teach it better. And I was absolutely just blown away. I thought to myself, how can you give away such amazing advice in this free webinar? This is incredible. And then one of the team reached out to me and told me about this program that I could become a part of. This was less than 2 months ago. So this is really, really new. And it's completely changed everything. The way I teach it, the way I look at the whole craft itself. So it's a really, really recent change for me, but it's been transformational. Within the first hour of digesting the content, just meeting the sales guys, oh man, I'll never forget that meeting with Stripe. I had done hundreds of meetings, and I regarded myself as one of the best at building rapport and building relationships with clients. And I will never forget this meeting because this guy just completely captivated me. And I remember being invited and saying, oh, it's not a sales call. And I thought, yeah, okay. I'm gonna come, I'm gonna check out what he's got to say. And it just wasn't. He really wanted to dig deep into my philosophies and my values and my history and what I wanted to achieve. And I remember walking away from that meeting and thinking, that guy is better than me, like really better than me. And I realized that I had to be a part of this. And throughout the whole program, I've seen 1,000 things that I get wrong, that I did not know. And it's purely because I didn't know they existed. And that's one of the wonderful things that I teach in my own coaching now is like, it's not necessarily hard. It's just that you don't know, because no one's ever told you this stuff before. No one's ever given you these lessons. And because of that, you have no choice but to do it terribly. And that's the standard we're all used to. So what did I get wrong? I could tell you a million things. I didn't slow down enough. I didn't appreciate the neurochemistry that you needed to induce even in yourself, let alone the audience. I didn't prepare properly. I thought preparing the script and knowing what you were gonna say were the most important things. Really quickly, I learned that was completely incorrect. I remember thinking, if I am so passionate about this topic, then the audience will love it. And there's some truth to that, but what I figured out with this course was that was definitely not true, and that was the wrong way to go about it. What I learned was actually really digging into the audience's why. Everything I said had to think about what they find interesting, what they will trust, and what they will feel and why it's valuable to them. And it just completely changed the way that I even prepare it and the way I say things. The biggest results are internal. I started to really believe in what I was doing. And in fact, 2 days ago, I gave a workshop/webinar to this amazing charity, completely built on the basis of what I've learned. And it was digital, but everyone was clapping at the end. And that's when I knew, I was like, this is amazing. So yeah, that was an easy change to see, to do Teams calls, to do Zoom calls. You don't see engagement, and we kind of just accept it until you know that you can change that, until you know, actually, here's some steps you can take to actually create engagement, and people will just love what you have to say, and you will give them so much back because they learn so much from it. And to see that kind of applause in a digital, like those clapping emojis at the end of the meeting, I was like, what? I wasn't expecting that. I've never seen this before. That was a massive change for me. And that's when I knew I need more. I need to learn more of this stuff. The initial meetings that I'm having with clients now, the sales cycle has reduced by like 80%. So I'll have the initial conversation with them and they'll trust me so much that they're ready to sign, which you would have taken maybe 8 months, 10 months, in some cases over a year. But because I've been able to learn how to use oxytocin and dopamine in my conversations, people become so emotionally invested, and that trust and that credibility gets built so quickly that it slashed the sales cycle by 80% in most cases. So it's taken so much weight off my shoulder as someone who's selling a product. It's like, I don't even really need to worry about the pitch anymore because it's so natural now. Working with Presenter Mastery has been an incredibly life-changing experience that has improved my life professionally, personally, and internally to a degree I've never experienced before. What makes Presenter Mastery so different from every other course I've ever done is the people and how much you guys care about the individuals that you are coaching. I've never been a part of something where every moment I was learning something so valuable that I was on the edge of my seat every single day, desperate to know more.
Would you recommend joining the Presenter Mastery program, and why?
I would absolutely recommend people to join because we're all stuck in our own bubble. We think that we know certain things about how to communicate, how to build relationships, and the truth is that you don't. You have no idea until you join this program because there's hundreds of tools that are just not taught in schools. They're not taught in companies. They're not taught in other training programs. That's what makes this so unique and so special, is because the stuff is immediately accessible. You don't need to think, okay, I'm investing in this thing for 6 months, 12 months, or however long. In the first week, you're gonna get so much from that. It's gonna turn your life around super quick, more rapidly than anything else that you sign up to. So 100% I'd recommend it in a heartbeat to anyone who has a growth mindset, for sure.